This is Draco, our little bearded dragon. He loves him some watermelon. Let's see. Oh, it's just watermelon, dude. You know what this is. Yeah, you see it. You see it. Go get it. Get it. Yeah, there you go. He was just a little baby when he got him. Probably like the length of his tail. Now he's getting pretty freaking big. Welcome back to another episode. I got some surprising news for you guys. If you're not following me on Instagram or Facebook, I kind of let out a little teaser picture, but I'm going to be turbocharging the green coupe that I have, the EJ8. It's a, you know, the D16Y8 VTEC or whatever. I'm actually going to turbo that car, but it's going to have two major rules that I'm going to have to follow. Okay, number one, it has to have AC. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to maintain AC and keep it. On the 4-door, I kind of just right away, I was like, well, I had a log manifold, right? And if it's installed one way, the compressor hit the AC compressor, and flipped the other way, it hit the block. And I'm gonna be doing this little by little, pretty much on my lunch breaks throughout the week, and I can get more done on the weekends, obviously. But I've already got a top mount cast turbo manifold. It puts the turbo up top versus underneath the log, where it gets in the way of the compressor, and got to shave the block sometimes and all kinds of crazy shit. This one, it's gonna be sitting on top, which it doesn't really do a whole lot, like performance wise, but it does. The runners are longer than a log. Okay, so it does, I would imagine it flows just a little bit better than a log would, but the main purpose is it's gonna be up and out of the way, and the turbo is gonna be easily accessible if I need to like change it out or maintenance it or do whatever, because it's gonna be another eBay turbo build. But yeah, it's gonna be right on top. It's gonna be clean. It's basically more for looks and performance when it comes down, is what it comes down to basically. But yeah, so I'm gonna see what I can get done today. I need to mock up the top mount manifold and see exactly what's in the way and what I need to modify to fit the top mount and the turbo. So hope you like this little video I'm gonna put together. It's probably gonna be throughout the whole week. And before I get started, there's an event at the Houston Raceway. It's Import Face-Off, October 20th. So I'm gonna try and get this car knocked out, tuned, and running good by October 20th, so I can take it to that event and hopefully run it at the track to see what I can do. But yeah, hope you like this video. Okay, I'm just gonna see if I can unbolt the manifold. It's like just 3, maybe 12 or 14 millimeters in the middle. I'm gonna see if I can unbolt it and just pull the top half up and out of the way. For my first day's accomplishment, I want to at least get this fucking manifold off. Minimum. It'd be cool if I can at least set the top mount in place. Oh man, what a pain in the butt this was. So all of Monday, lunch break was basically spent just taking off the stock manifold. Shit. Okay, so I know this isn't gonna fit, but I'm gonna try anyway. I'm gonna try and put the top mount with the turbo all together, like just slide it on the studs. Yeah, the fan shroud is definitely gonna be in the way. Damn. Okay, so that'll be a job for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be pulling the fan shroud to at least just get the top mount manifold in place, and then the AC lines are going to be a whole nother story. It's going to look damn good though, I can already tell. But I got just enough time to go get something to eat, get back to work, and then I'll continue this tomorrow. Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tuesday. I'm stopping by my lunch break again, and I've come to realize that there's no way the condenser is going to fit in the stock location. It's just there's not enough room between the flange here and the condenser. And I was up last night pretty late, like looking up, googling and YouTubing things that people have done. And what a lot of people have actually had good luck with is relocating the condenser to the front of the core support somewhat, like in the basically like tucked in the core support. So instead of being in the front, they actually stick it over here, and sometimes they even rotate it, and they even go as far as like fabricating AC lines to go down and out of the way instead of up and like straight up in the way. Because as you remember, the low and high side lines, they go right on top, like right in the way of everything. And what I'm probably gonna have to do is like fabricate my own AC lines to come off the compressor and go down and below the manifold and the turbo and everything. So right now you got the condenser kind of unmounted out of the way. I'm gonna set the turbo in place and see if the hood even closes with the internal wastegate, because I haven't even checked to see if it has clearance, because it's supposed to fit like every D series application, you know, from, I mean, they've been out so many EGs, EFs, EKs, so I'm not 100% sure that it even fits this car specifically. So before I get too involved with this top mount manifold, I'm gonna set the turbo on top and try and close the hood. Damn, the internal wastegate is just straight up in the way. Like, no way is this gonna work. Probably gonna, if I want to keep this top mount, I'm probably gonna have to do an external wastegate, which is not too big of a deal. I just thought this would be cleaner, like less not gonna worry about the dump tube tying into the stock exhaust and the vacuum lines going to the wastegate, this and that. This is all, you know, just one clean unit. But yeah, it's just not the room. Yeah, I just don't see how that can possibly work out. Alright guys, so I've actually brought my turbo to work. So yes, what was it? Yeah, yesterday, Tuesday. What I realized is that the wastegate actuator was hitting the core support. It was like sitting on top of it, but I think I took off the bracket, right? And I had it loose, and it can fit if I have it under the core support. So I clocked the actuator bracket, but where's it at? There's still a little bit of an issue. No, that sucker's buried. Oh, got a bag full of tools. Sorry. Come on, get out. So when I have it clocked, it looks like it'll fit under the core support, but all this extra meat right here gets in the way. This actually, instead of this being on top of the core support, I clocked it below, but now this is actually hitting the lip of the core support. So today I'm going to mount it up, kind of trace it out, and grind off this extra meat right here. So hopefully, and also I kind of need to bend this in a better position. It needs to be, it's meant to be like that, but instead it's going to be like, yeah, I'm just have to modify it a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of outline the actuator, so I can know how much to trim off the bracket. So basically all this needs to be trimmed off so that this doesn't make contact with the core support. A little bit more. So I've got the bracket cut out, you know, cut off all this material right here, but I got a feeling it's still not going to work. Last night I had the actuator off of the bracket, and to clear the core support to be under it, it was really close to the outlet here. It was like really close, like just enough to be able to fit a coupler over here. The actuator was just a little bit lower, so I got a feeling that this is going to be touching the core support. But I'm still going to go home on my lunch break. I'm still going to go home during lunch and see if I can make it fit. And if it is contacted the core support on top, I was thinking I could notch out the bracket here to be able to rotate it downward just slightly, because I mean it's probably just, we're talking millimeters that I'm gonna need. So all right, just about lunchtime, I'm gonna head home and see if I can get this to fit. So the door lock actuator broke on my CRV, so I gotta hold the door. I took the actuator out before I got the new one in. The new one's coming tomorrow. So yeah, this is pretty sketchy. Oh, shut up. All right, guys, I've got some good news. Oh, jeez, I just fucking spit sweat all over my camera. Got some good news. I think I'm gonna be able to make the internal wastegate work. So with the combination of cutting that metal off the bracket, now it's clearing the core support. Actually, it's like kissing it right now. It wouldn't hurt to clean it up a little bit more, just to give it like another millimeter or so, because it's like literally resting on the core support. Or I could grind off this little lip on the core support, maybe like 1/8 of an inch. I don't know, I can worry about that later. But what this did is position the wastegate right below the core support. Actually, it's got a lot of room. So and the way the turbo came, the actuator was up top with the rod going down. So now I got the actuator down with the rod going upwards, and it looks like it's still gonna have good function. It's a pretty good angle, you know, it's not an extreme angle. It's you know, it's gonna push in that direction. This swings this way, so it should be fine, I hope. You know, just guessing at this point. I've never actually messed with the internal wastegate, but I think I just have to, I'm just gonna bend this ear a little bit on the bracket, bend it down so that when I mount the actuator or the wastegate, it's bolted up and angled at a straight shot to the lever, so I'm not like having to force the rod one way or another. There's like a little hole in the middle of the bracket, and it's just, the straighter it mounts up the better, so that rod doesn't get hung up on the bracket. But yeah, it's looking pretty good as far as being able to use that internal wastegate. But I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is get this car running and boosting, and then I am not going to forget about the AC. This car is going to have AC, there's no way around it. So once I get everything running and you know, hooked up properly, I'm going to see about relocating the condenser either in front of the radiator on this side, or further up like inside the core support this way. But either way I do it, I'm gonna have to turn the condenser 90 degrees and mount it sideways. I've seen a lot of people do that with success. When it's taller than it is wide, so when you rotate the condenser sideways, it actually fits between the lower and upper core support rails. It fits in here nice and neat and really out of the way. So I think I'm going to be experimenting with that. That's going to involve fabricating some AC lines, which I've been looking into brazing aluminum. What I'm going to try to do this weekend is I have an aluminum 10AN bung for the drain to go into this oil pan. The D16Y8s have an aluminum pan, so I'm going to experiment with brazing an aluminum bung to the pan, and depending how that goes, I'm going to be able to braze the aluminum AC lines. So that'd be a fun little project. But as of now, it looks really good. The turbo is sitting in place with the internal wastegate. I'm going to be able to cap off. It's got a spot for a wastegate below the manifold right here. I already have a cap for that. I'm going to block that off. I'm not going to have to worry about a dump tube off of a wastegate. Let's see. I guess that's just about it. I'm really liking the top mount versus like a log that sticks the turbo underneath. It's just more presentable this way. It just looks a lot cooler in my opinion. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call this a wrap. Got the turbo officially mounted with the internal wastegate, top mount, cast manifold. Looks like it's gonna work. And but if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Stay greasy. I'm gonna neutral slam it. 2 of the, fuck, what's the title?